podcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Bandwidth for TWiT specials is provided by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com.
This is TWiT Live special number 267, recorded January 6, 2016. ShowStoppers 2016. This TWiT Live special is brought to you by Wealthfront. Wealthfront is a low-cost, automated investment service that is the most sophisticated way for you to invest your money. Whether you've got millions or you're just starting out, visit wealthfront.com/twit to sign up and get your free personalized investment portfolio. That's wealthfront.com/twit. CES Day 1 is officially in the bag. We've seen the press releases. We've watched the demonstrations. We've seen representatives tell us about this or that TV and this or that Blu-ray player and the latest and the greatest in X, Y, and Z. But sometimes we want to get our hands dirty. Sometimes we want to get down with the gear, which is why we're here at ShowStoppers 2016 to check it out. I'm Father Robert Ballecer, the digital Jesuit.
And I'm Dick Debartolo, man's magistrator and the Gizwiz. And Daryl said, don't dare move off that spot. So I can't even turn and look at you. I'll do it like this. Thanks, Padre.
In a world of the Internet of Things, it most often ends up being a world of remotes. But what if I told you that you could find yourself a remote control that was smart enough to know what it was pointed at? That's why we're here at Sevenhugs, and I'm speaking with Stefan, who's going to show us what their gadget can do for people with a lot of remotes. Stefan, this is a common problem. I've got my TV, I've got my Blu-ray player, I've got my game console, I've got my lights. I have all these devices in my home, and I need to have 5 or 6 different remotes. And even then, sometimes I can get crosstalk, sometimes they don't work with one another. What have you done to fix that?
So to fix that, actually we done a remote that it's very easy to use. You just need to point to a device, the screens adapt automatically, and you can control it. For example, you point to a Philips Hue, the screen will show you the Philips Hue interface, and you press it and it works. You point to a Sonos, it changes automatically, and then you can change the track, change the volume. And doing nothing else than pointing to another device, the screen will always change according to the device. It's very simple and very easy to use. So everyone from kids to grandfather can use it very easily.
Okay, so how does this actually work? Because I've done this before. I have very directional remotes, so I have to aim it and make sure I'm hitting the right component. But this remote actually senses where it is and where it's pointing. How do you do that?
The way we do that, we do indoor geolocalization. So we geolocate each device, and when you're pointing to these locations, we can change the screens. So it's very easy to differentiate all the devices.
Now, how dense can I get? How many devices can I have before it starts to get confused, before it no longer knows what I'm pointing at?
The minimum distance is 20 centimeters, but even if you get 2 devices which are close to 20 centimeters, you can easily differentiate on the remote. It's showing the 2 interface, or you can decide to geolocate 2 different places, which make it easier to control.
Stefan, this is very, very cool tech. Now, here's the big question. Pricing and availability. If people want to start decluttering their remote control lifestyle, where can they go? How much will they have to pay? And when can they pick one up?
So pre-order will be available in Q1 this year, ship in September, and the price will be less than $200. The retail price will be less than $200, and it comes with 1 remote and 3 light sockets.
Thank you very much for speaking with us. Thank you very much for showing us the future of remote controls. And folks, if you're playing with the Internet of Things, maybe you just need to give it a hug.
Hey, so I was walking by the snack table and I said, I'm going to eat this thing. And then Adrian said, wait a minute, Dick, I'm making this. And then I see this great pen. And Desiree, what are we seeing here?
So this is AtmosFlare. It's one of the newest 3D drawing pens on the market. It's available at Toys R Us as of most likely a week ago. It uses LED light to cool to cool down the ink, and you can draw up and it'll dry on the spot. So it cures the ink as you're drawing, allowing you to create 3D art.
Is there a limit, Adrian, as to how far up I can go with a single strand?
I haven't tested that. I've gone pretty high before. I've gone a few feet on a thicker strand and tapering it out as it kind of goes up structurally. I'm sure you could do a few feet. if you're steady, but usually, 8 to 10 inches if you can. But the nice thing is you can also draw on a flat surface and cure it and then peel it off and stand it up too. So you can build with it, and you can flood an area and do a sheet and you can cut it out. That's how we did like this Tiffany's globe type thing there. It's how we did the dome on this particular jellyfish with tin foil and just painted on top of it, smeared it down and cured it afterwards. So it's really versatile.
And I have to ask what the retail price is.
Right, so for one set, it's $40. You get one pen, 2 ink cartridges, 1 battery that will last 4 to 5 hours of drawing, and extra tips. So if you're drawing and you get jams and you're on the go, you can't just pop it with a toothpick. You can just switch out the tip, and you have 4 of those.
Amazing. And you said it went on sale a week ago.
Yeah, at Toys R Us.
Okay. I actually walked by here earlier, and Adrian was showing me a few things, and I made something. I said, hey, Adrian, it's so stupid. And he said, for a beginner, it's not stupid. So anyway, that's what I did. But I'm still embarrassed by it, but, I'm no pro here. Okay, guys, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Adrian, take care. Okay, back to Padre.
I know what you're saying. It's another drone. It's another quadcopter. It's what I do. But this is not actually a drone story. It's a power story. I'm with Julian Hughes from Intelligent Energy, who's going to explain to me why your next multi-rotor power source may come in the form of a fuel cell. Julian, this is not run by a conventional battery. This is run by a fuel cell. Tell me about your technology.
That's correct. This is a hydrogen fuel cell. So unlike a battery, fuel cells produce electricity rather than store energy as a battery does. And the energy density of a fuel cell is much greater than a battery. So with a typical battery, drones, you get around 15 to 20 minutes of flight time. With our fuel cell technology, you can get between 1 and 2 hours of flight time. And even better, you don't have to recharge this technology. You just swap out the hydrogen cartridge, takes around 30 seconds, and you're good to go again for another 1 or 2 hours.
Now, fuel cells have been bandied around for quite a while as the next generation of power. I mean, if you look at how technology has evolved over the last 20 years, ICs have really gone forward exponentially, whereas battery technology, it hasn't even gone forward linearly. The capacities have not kept up. And so people have been pushing fuel cells. And the process is actually quite simple. Push hydrogen through a proton exchange membrane and you get power. But why has it been so difficult for an actual product to make it to market?
It's taken a number of years. The two main Achilles heels of any new technology is cost and reliability. And over the years, we've been around since 2001. We've developed this initially for the car industry. And with all of the learning and the patents and licensing we have, we've got through those two major issues.
Okay, let's talk about the technology itself. This is actually a PEM. So this is a proton exchange membrane. You push hydrogen through here, you will get power, enough power to run your quadcopter. But the question is, how do I get the hydrogen that I need on this craft? What are the different ways that I can get a fuel source into my multi-rotor?
Right, so there's at least 2 ways. You can have a regular compressed hydrogen canister, which can be attached to the drone. When that's been used, you can refill the canister. Second way of doing it, you can have a disposable cartridge that you could use a chemical hydride or some chemicals that will produce hydrogen on demand. Once that's depleted, you can discard the cartridge and get a new one.
Okay, now here's a big question. I know that Intelligent Energy is licensing your IP. You're looking to get other people to manufacture this, but for a setup like this, which I think when we start to look at the real commercialization of drones, it's going to have to be fuel cells because there's just not enough energy density in lithium polymer. What would a setup cost that could keep my 10 kilogram octocopter in the air for an hour?
Well, again, costs are very much up to our partners. The fuel cell itself in high volume will be comparative to battery technology. Obviously, there's then a cost of the fuel. But in the prosumer or commercial arena, or even delivery arena, if you extend the flight time 4, 5, or even 10-fold, then that's not a lot of cost for the fuel.
Thank you very much for speaking with us, Julian. If they wanted to find out more about Intelligent Energy, more about your solution, where can they go on the internet to read and see what your tech can do?
So if you go on to www.intelligent-energy.com and /embedded, you'll get all the information that you can see here today.
Thank you for speaking with us. The future of power, it's a gas.
Hey, Dick Debartolo, the Gizmo's back again. You know, webcams, we've done too many of them, but I found a webcam that really is very unique and does something that if you have old folks, a baby, you'll probably want to know about. And we're here at First Alert, and we're going to talk to Mark about the new, what is this called?
It's called a Wi-Fi environmental cam, but it also has respiration monitoring.
Now, that's the amazing thing. Explain what that is.
The respiration monitoring is the ability through non-contact, so looking through the camera, that you can now measure and monitor the respiration of your child while they're sleeping, an adult or an elder that you're trying to care for during their sleeping patterns.
And so if you're at work and mom is sleeping in the chair, so you can rotate the camera from afar.
Yes, you certainly can. Through the app, you can rotate the camera, have it vision in on the right person while they're sleeping. It will then calibrate itself, and it will start measuring their respiration. Their breathing rate, Dick, will now be measured. Here on this is the app, and you can see that there's a shallow respiration rate here, then a deep breath, then it starts kind of into the regular respiration rate, and then it goes into a higher respiration as there's some level of distress. We can set the trigger levels then, and you as a caregiver or you as the parent, you'll receive a push notification on your phone, kind of setting off the alert to you that there's something wrong. And we're using Apple HomeKit enabled products so we can have security, privacy is all going to be taken care of.
And it can be used as a regular security webcam, is that right? You can, when mom is fine, you can from afar turn this and let it look out the window and see that everybody around your house is safe.
You certainly can. It's a great IP camera. It has line and motion crossing. It has motion detection. It's a 1080p camera, so you can also move it with the pan tilt zoom and be able to do everything you do today with all of the great video cameras, but having the monitoring of the respiration, temperature, humidity, and CO levels are great additions to the IP camera.
Okay, so this has to be higher priced than other webcams with all those features. Is there a price on it yet?
There isn't a price on it yet, Dick. We're still finalizing all the development and working through all the integration of the Apple HomeKit into it. So we don't have a price point on it yet, but we're looking at end of the third quarter of this year, 2016, to have it available in the market.
Okay. And the website it'll be on is?
FirstAlert.com.
FirstAlert.com. There it is. It's really an amazing device.
Home automation and home security have always been big fields here at CES, with one major problem, and that is nothing interoperates with anything else. If you buy parts from one manufacturer, you have to stay with that manufacturer, and that's really impeded the growth of home automation and home security. Until now. I'm here at the ADT booth with Rob, who's going to explain why ADT has a way for all of your gadgets to talk with everything else. Rob, you've got two announcements here, and the first is this. It's an LG device. Tell me what it does.
The LG Smart Security device is all about adding the best of what ADT does, which is security, now to home automation. So now you have your security as a service that we've now taken and applied to CE devices. And this we've partnered today and announced with LG, the LG Smart Security device that has ADT Canopy as the service to provide that professional monitoring.
One of the important things to note about this is it will use Zigbee. It will use different communication protocols in order to talk to multiple devices, and it puts it all on one screen. Can you show us what the interface looks like?
So here I have my LG device. I've got my camera. It's got a 150-degree 5-megapixel camera that's recording. You can see us recording there. It's taking live video. We can go widescreen. We can also look at that video. There we go. So there we are, all of us here at CES 2016. Hey, everybody. From here, I can also go in and I can see the different devices. There's onboard devices in here, so you can see the camera. It's got motion sensing capabilities. I can also see the temperature and humidity sensors all embedded in this one device. From here, I can also then go ahead and I can add additional devices from this. So here I can see I can add Z-Wave devices. I can also add Zigbee or Wi-Fi enabled devices to this platform, all managed with one simple application.
Okay, so that's Canopy. I'm actually more interested in Pulse because I've actually seen Pulse deployed. Pulse will now work with these partners, yes?
That's correct. So what we've done is we've opened up the APIs from the Pulse platform perspective. When we launched Pulse was much more of a closed ecosystem, and today we announced our partner program, and we announced the ability to integrate and open up our APIs. Our first partner was Nest. We launched that in July of this past year. We've opened up that capability and integrated with Nest such that we can now control the Nest within the Pulse ecosystem and from in the Pulse application. Today we talk and announced that we're working with Ring and August to now integrate and extend those APIs. August is very similar to Nest in that we consume their APIs into our Pulse mobile experience. On the Ring side, we're really excited about this. We've now opened up the APIs, and Ring is that first partner that's consuming our APIs, and now I can control my Pulse system directly from the Ring experience. So from my Pulse system, we have a camera here on the table, so I can see in my new Pulse mobile app that we launched this past year, I've got the ability to see all of my devices, my home activities, so I can see that story, the ongoing dialogue of what's going on inside my home. I can then also see all of the security sensors. We talked about and announced today some Pulse integration with health devices. You can also see my cameras, the lights and thermostats, etc. Again, really bringing that smart and safe together in one common platform. So the extension of those APIs, now I can come over to the Ring device. I can launch that Ring device. I now get my push message onto my phone. And now, because I've tied the APIs together, I can come in here and I see shady character number 1 at my door. I can just go right into my ADT Pulse system. It's going to give me real-time status of what's the status of my system, my lights and my locks. So now, right from Ring, while I'm talking with that customer, or that person at my front door, I can now turn the light on, I can throw the deadbolt, and now my security system is armed, all in one.
Okay, that's very cool. This is what we were promised way back when home automation finally became a thing. Rob, if they want to find out more about Canopy, if they want to find out more about Pulse, if they want to find out more about all the different manufacturers that you've partnered with, where can they go online?
So you can go to ADT.com. You can see that, as well as the CES.ADT.com has all of the information about our announcements today, as well as all of the media information.
Thank you very much for speaking with us. ADT may be your next choice for home automation. Now, you know, security is too important for a one-liner, so I'm just going to say, back to Dickie D.
Dick Debartolo, the Gizwiz, getting no respect. You know, Carson, the producer, he said to me, Dick, there's something that smells in the back. You cover it. Actually, it's an aroma machine. I know nothing about it, so we're going to talk to you. You're the inventor, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what possessed you to invent this machine, and then you'll tell us what it is?
This is over medication. I was working in a pharmaceutical laboratory before, and like everybody, I decided that we take too many pills, and we wanted to come back to natural health.
Oh, okay. So it's not just to put fragrance in a room, but it's to put fragrance in a room that will have healing properties?
Yes, that's it. We just want to prepare to the sleep and to have a sedative effect with the lavender, to have a good sleep, and even in the morning to wake up fresh with a tonic capsule with citrus mint into the nose. And the brain is recognizing the smell to get revigorating in the morning.
Okay, well, now this is the machine.
Yes, that's it.
Is it on the market?
It's on a Kickstarter, so it's pre-order, and we will deliver to the machine in July.
In July, and the machine retails for?
$89, including 2 caps. We have 3 packs. We have a calm sleep pack, we have a tonic memory pack, and we have a breath respiratory pack. You have to do it once a day. It's a complementary treatment. You do it for 1 month every day during 20 minutes or 40 minutes, and then you start to get the effect after 1 month.
That sounds very interesting. AromaCare, and he actually has the lavender scent in there. And the lavender scent makes one sleepy, as does my reporting. Dick Debartolo, the Gizwiz, at TWiT. Oh yeah, let me know.
2016 is the year that the 3D printer grows up. I'm here at the Robo 3D booth speaking with Dan, who's going to explain why their units, their 3D printers, might be your next maker purchase. Dan, I love the gear. Explain to me what you think sets Robo 3D aside from your competitors.
Well, the fantastic thing about Robo 3D is that it is able to provide the biggest print size on the market. So what you see over here is a 10 by 9 by 8 inches build, okay? That's a really good solid build that you've got. At the same time, you've got also the fastest speed on the market at 80 millimeters per second. Also down to 50 microns, which is a really high resolution. But the real interesting thing is the different filaments that we have that are able to democratize the whole of the 3D printing market for the consumer.
I want to get into the filaments in just a bit, but let's talk about the specs, because this is actually important. What we've seen over the last, I'll say 18 months, is there are more and more companies that are offering 3D printers, which means it's getting more difficult to differentiate yourself. And the way that you differentiate yourself is you offer better resolution and you offer faster prints, larger print sizes, which is what attracted us to the Robo 3D booth. Now, if someone was looking to start off, give me price points. So looking from this first printer to this one, what are they looking at if they want to start up with a Robo 3D?
Well, right now on the market is the Robo R1, which the R1 is at $799. So that's the real workhorse. If you want a fantastic print and with a whole variety of materials, that's the one to get. The entry-level one, which is going to come into the marketplace around about May, June of this coming year, is at around about under the $1,000 mark, and that is a 5 by 5 by 5 inches build size. The difference here is the electronics and the internal mechanics. So what you have is you have the bed going up and down rather than the nozzles going up and down, making for a much higher resolution and a much stabler build. Over here, you have the prosumer version, and the prosumer version allows you to have two nozzles doing different materials all at the same time. And also at the same time, you can buy an attachment which will allow you to have ceramics. And so if you've broken your grandma's favorite Wedgwood china, you can reconstruct it without her even knowing. Well, I'm kidding. But, you know, that is one of those things, as well as doing food. And so you can have all sorts of icing mixtures, as well as something high in cellulose that will be able to print an amazing feature for your special dinner party.
Dan, let's talk about filaments, because it used to be the debate with filaments was, do I go ABS, do I go PLA, do I do NinjaFlex, what temperature do I want to run my extruder? We've kind of gotten past that. PLA is a great material to work with, it's non-toxic, but we can now get variants of PLA. Tell me about what we've got in front of us.
Well, this particular PLA right now that you have, and if you actually feel it, is wood-infused PLA. You can sand it, you can varnish it, you can actually use it like wood. Okay, so this over here, and compare this to the heaviness of the copper-infused PLA. Copper-infused allows you to polish it, and it reacts the same way. It gives it a beautiful green sheen after a period of time. Okay, so those kind of materials are available to you. At the same time, you have a latex type of PLA, which allows you to do tires. Interesting stuff like that. Isn't that fun? Okay, so not only can you build your car, you can also put on the tires at the same time. You also have a iron-infused PLA, which reacts the same way as iron. So if you want your Action Man figure, not only do you have a plastic type of an application, but also you can make real iron parts and gloves and boots and that kind of thing. So democratizing it all in terms of people being able to access different types of prints and also with different materials is probably the most important thing that we can do.
Dan, thank you so very much for talking with us. Now, if they want to find out more about Robo 3D and your entire line of printers and filaments, where can they go?
Of course, you can go to Best Buy and purchase your fantastic R1 printer. soon to bring in the R2, both in terms of mini. But more importantly, if you want really fantastic, up-to-date, please come to www.robo3d.com.
Thanks for speaking with us. Robo 3D. Dream it. Build it. Make it. Dickie D, let me ask you, what do you have in the line of investments?
Investments, I have stock in Internal Rust. I have 1,000 shares of Down at the Heels. And I have 2 shares of TWiT.
And of course, you've got everything in the gadget warehouse, that's what's going to take you through retirement.
Exactly. My plan is foolhardy.
Now, could I offer you a word of advice? Just
2.
one. We'll get 2. 2 words of
two
advice.
words of advice.
How about this? Instead of investing in gadgets that are obsolete before you get them at the warehouse, what about putting your money with Wealthfront?
Okay.
So here's what Wealthfront is. Wealthfront is a new way to invest. Now, if I were to tell you that you should invest your money, you'd probably think about going to some brokerage where an actual person is going to take your money and then charge you what, 1 to 3% to invest your money?
Those scoundrels.
Those scoundrels, that's a lot of cash. What if I told you that you could instead get a fraction of a percent charged against you with no fees, and you could diversify your portfolio in an easy-to-use interface that you can see, that's both transparent and easy to see online?
I would say, what?
Well, Dickie D, that's exactly what Wealthfront does for you. It gives you an online interface where you get to choose how your investment is diversified, where it goes, how much risk you want to have. Not only that, but Wealthfront's really good at figuring out where you should put your money. Do you need to protect it from taxes? Should you be more aggressive in your investment? And this is one of these services that more and more people are starting to realize this is the new way of gathering wealth. It's not putting in the bank, because we know that earns you bunkus.
Yeah.
It's not putting in the gadgets. I'm sorry. It's putting it into the hands of intelligent algorithms that figure out the best way to make your money work for you.
I'm doing it.
Absolutely. And folks, guess what? Because Wealthfront loves the TWiT TV army, they're going to make sure that you get an easy way to invest your cash. Just go to wealthfront.com/TWiT. That's wealthfront.com/TWiT and sign up to get your free personalized investment portfolio. You'll see the customized allocation that they recommend for your profile. And for TWiT listeners, get this. The first $15,000 fee-free, nothing.
I'm set for life.
You can start as low as $500. You could go all the way up to, well, as much as you want to invest, and you can do it all with Wealthfront. Do I have a buy-in?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing it as we speak. I'm actually pocket dialing.
One thing, Dickie D, they only take cash. You can't send them like the latest dog scooper.
Okay, it's going to be a little harder, but I'm still going to do it.
If Dickie D can do it, so can you. Go to wealthfront.com/TWiT. That's wealthfront.com/TWiT. And remember, you can get the first $15,000 of your investment entirely fee-free. We thank Wealthfront for their support of this TWiT live special. Everyone's addicted to their smartphone. It's how you stay connected. This is your email source, your entertainment source, pretty much your life stored in digital format. But it's not always convenient to have your cell phone in notification range. Sometimes you have to have it on vibrate, and sometimes you got to put it away. Wouldn't it be nice to have an inconspicuous piece of technology that could tell you when you need to check your smartphone? Well, that's why we're here at Ditto. Now, what is Ditto?
Ditto is an incredibly simple and elegant little product. It does one thing, and it does one thing really, really well. It notifies you. This is the Ditto right here. It's a really simple, clip-on, wearable device, all controlled through our app, both iOS and Android. And what it allows you to do is to put your phone down and know everything that's going on your phone from a distance, from across the room, 50 to 100 feet away, through really silent and elegant little vibrations, all controlled through the app. You go into the app, you can set up the people you care about the most. You can set up the different vibration patterns so you know exactly what's going on your phone from wherever. It's a very, very cool product. So now when I get a text message, the Ditto will vibrate one time. If I change it, now it'll vibrate 4 times. Works the same way for Uber and Snapchat and Instagram, all these different apps. It's a waterproof product, so you can go swimming with it. You can take it in the shower. You can wash it even. I don't recommend it, but it's happened many, many times. You can do a whole lot of different things with it. It's actually a product that takes care of you versus you having to take care of it. It's also a product it doesn't need charging, okay? It's battery powered, it's battery operated. It lasts for a couple months. Actually just had a lady come by, she's been using her Ditto since June. June, and she's it's now what? It's January 2016, so she's been using this thing for a really long time, and yeah, she hasn't even had to change the battery. So really cool product, really fun. We're on Amazon. We're killing it. $39.95. Ditto does everything you would want an Apple Watch to do or a smartwatch to do, but it does it in a really elegant and discreet form. Nobody needs to know. No one should know that your Apple Watch is going off and that mom is calling, okay? That's no one else's business. If you're in a meeting, that should be your business, and you should keep it that way. So, the goal was to make a really discreet and elegant product that people can use and no one else has to know about. And that's really what we've gone out to accomplish, and I believe we've done it. And to the point you make about the Ring and a bunch of other apps and different products, we're actually going to open up an API here in the next couple months. So we're going to make Ditto available to just about anybody who wants to take Ditto and make it their own. So if you want to use Ditto for if this, then that, that's going to be available here in the next couple months. We're going to totally redo the app. We're going to redo the interface. We're going to allow more interactions with other apps, 30 to 40, possibly even up to 70 new app integrations just from our team internally. Plus, on top of that, we're opening up the API so you do whatever you want.
I love it. Now, I know you told us about pricing and where they can get it, but if they just want to find out more information about the Ditto, where can they go online to find you?
Absolutely. Go to the parent company, simplematters.com. Great website. Go on Amazon if you want to go and buy us now, and free 2-day shipping. We do free shipping as well on our website. And we really pride ourselves on providing the best support possible. We really stand behind the product. So
thank you very much for sharing the tech with us. Your information, your notifications, your way. Ditto.
Hey, Dick Debartolo back here again, the GizWiz. We're with Chip. Actually, this is Davin, but the more interesting person is Chip. And Davin's going to tell us what Chip can do.
Sure. Chip is our new robot, our new AI robot dog. He comes with a bunch of accessories, like the smart band. It comes with a smart bed and a smart ball. And he's aware of all of these accessories. He can actually find them in a room. He can interact with them in interesting ways. So if
you can tell him to go get your ball?
You can tell him to go get his ball. You can throw the ball. He'll go get it and bring it back to you because he knows where you are. If he does something you like, you can give him a thumbs up, and he'll do more of that. He learns what you like, and he adapts accordingly. And then you can go into an app, and you can unlock new tricks and new behaviors for your chip. So every chip becomes very customized to your preferences and what you like to do.
Can you show him do a couple things?
Yeah, sure. I'll show you how he moves. So I'm just going to activate him right now and connect to my chip. And you can see here in the app there's a little translator, so if he barks, you're not sure what he's trying to say, you can get a little translation of it. You can see which tricks you've unlocked and look to unlock new tricks. Or you can simply go into this controller that lets you drive Chip around and activate
Wait, did he just go sideways?
He can go sideways. It's actually one of my favorite features. And it's great when you're playing ball with him because you can slide sideways, block the ball, and then push it back to you. I can also show you how he can dance because he's got some great moves.
That is one happy dog. And with the watch, he'll follow the kid around,
right?
Even if the kid goes from room to room?
Yeah, he'll follow at full speed. You see how fast he moves. What's great about it is if you're wearing the watch and you're out for the day, when you come home, you hear some barking. Open the front door, a bit more barking. When you walk into a room, Chip will turn, face you, and come towards you and interact with you and look to play with you if you like. At night, when you flick off the lights, he'll return to his smart bed. He'll charge. If you set an alarm in the morning, he'll come find you. And he'll bark and wake you up in the morning.
Wow, that is really neat. And what does he sell for, and when's he coming?
He'll retail for $199. We just kicked off a pre-order campaign online, so you can get him, early backers can jump on board now and place a pre-order, and we'll deliver those in July or August.
Okay. And the website is wowie.com.
Yeah, and for Chip, you could go to chipcanine.com.
Chipcanine.com. My dog is way behind the curve here. I'm going to go home and tell Charlie I want to be woken up tomorrow morning. Dick Debartolo, the GizWiz, here at ShowStoppers. Thanks.
You probably know what this is. Ring, their video doorbell, is a sponsor of the TWiT TV network. You've seen it on pretty much every show on the network, and you know that I really like this. I bought one of these for my parents before they became a sponsor of the network. This device allows you to see who's at your front door. And when they ring the bell, it allows you to have a two-way conversation with them anywhere in the world from your smartphone. But one of the things that people have longed for is a way to aim the camera, and maybe a way to put multiple rings in multiple spots around your house. Which is why I'm really happy to be here at the Ring table with Yassi, who's going to explain that Ring has done just that. Yassi, What's the stick-up cam?
So Stick-Up Cam is the world's first wire-free outdoor surveillance camera with two-way audio.
I love this. Now, this works exactly the same way as the Ring. In fact, it's going to use the same application. So it's motion detection, but in this particular case, it allows me to freely mount it wherever I might need more coverage.
Right, so you can mount this in those hard-to-monitor spots, the side of your home, the back of your home, places where you don't have direct access to and you want to kind of keep a close eye on.
I got to ask, why did you develop this product? I mean, I have my own inklings. I think it's because you heard from multiple people who were buying multiple Rings for their house because they love the idea that they could have a camera they can jump in and speak to at any time.
Exactly. So we had a lot of customers who were buying 2 or 3 Rings to put on the back of their house or on the side of their house to just keep a close eye on what's going on. So we're like, well, we need to give the people what they want, and we need to make this product for them that's meant to actually monitor every other area of your house.
Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. If people want to get a stick-up cam, if they want to watch a part of their house that they can't get regular coverage on, how much is it going to cost? When will it be available?
So it's going to cost $199, same as the Ring Video Doorbell, and it's available now for pre-order on Ring.com, and we'll be shipping in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yasi, thank you very much for speaking with us. Of course, you know I love this company. Remember, with Ring, you're always home.
Hey, Dick the Gizwiz, they're hacking everything these days, bank accounts. They're even hacking somebody's ball, and that's why we're here at Hackaball, and we're going to talk to Sebastian. Sebastian, what is Hackaball?
Well, Hackaball is a children's toy. It's a programmable rubber ball that's designed to teach kids the basics of programming through really simple play. So at its heart, it has some lights, sounds, and a vibration motor, and it reacts to motion. So you can throw it, you can drop it, you can bounce it around. And using a really simple app, kids can program the ball to do pretty much anything that they want in response to moving it around.
You know, I was watching a video before, and it seemed like there is one game where they have to gently hand each other the ball, and if you make the ball go red, was that? Am I getting this all confused?
Yeah, so the kids came up with a game called Don't Wake It, and they pretended the ball was a baby dragon's egg. And the idea is that if they pass it around really gently towards each other, they don't wake the dragon up. But if I pass it to you and I drop it a little bit, it should vibrate, and you feel that they've woken the baby dragon up.
Oh, okay. So it would be off as you're passing it around, but if you really rough it up, it'll turn on.
Here we go. So hopefully, so it starts blue like that, and then if you pass it around, it stays blue, and then if you pass it to me. And
you're klutz. He's a klutz. And
so I woke it up there.
Oh, you woke it up. Okay, and is this on sale now?
We've just sold out of our first batch of pre-orders, so we're going to be opening up new pre-orders in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be shipping those in June.
And what does it sell for?
It sells for $85 in the US.
So is it only on your website?
It's on our website at the moment. We're hoping that we'll be on Amazon shortly, and then for the end of the year, we really want to be in retailers. We've got a lot of retailers who are interested in us for Christmas.
Wearables have been all the rage at CES 2016, but there has been one product category that has been left out of the love, and that is e-ink. Now, this is their new Wove. This is a prototype. I've been told that if I try to walk away from the table, a sniper will take me down. This actually goes all the way around the wrist. It's a flexible display. Now, remember, one of the wonderful things about e-ink is that the battery isn't measured in minutes or hours, but in days and weeks. This is the kind of technology that actually makes sense for a wearable because it's persistent. It's always with you, and, well, it changes how you consume your information. But let's show you something else. What if you're a world traveler? What if you're always at an airport? You live at an airport. You're always bombing from one city to the next. Well, then you probably know the pain of a lost piece of luggage. E-Ink's here to help you remove that pain. I'm speaking with Giovanni, who's going to explain why E-Ink thinks this is the bag of the future. Giovanni, what is this? This looks like just a luggage tag.
It is a luggage tag, except it's a luggage tag that's been placed on an e-ink display. So this e-ink display has been incorporated into the luggage itself so that you can put your routing information directly on the bag so that you can basically, the airliners can track the bag and you can track the bag on your phone as well.
Okay, you got to show me how this works. Because to me, this looks like, I'm not even sure it's really an e-ink display. It looks like a tag that I would have coming from the airport.
Well, one of the magical things about e-ink is that it really looks like paper. But to prove that it's not, I'll walk you through sort of a typical check-in process. So we're all familiar with how we get our boarding passes, where you call up an app on your smartphone and you get your boarding pass downloaded to your smartphone. At some point in the check-in process, you're going to you want to check in your bags as well. At that point, you would go inside this bag from Rimowa, open it here, and there's a button in it. I push that button, and now, as you can see, the display goes into pairing mode. And now it's basically pairing with my phone. I choose the itinerary that I want to download to the luggage. The luggage identifies itself because I might have multiple bags on this trip. So I choose the bag, and now it's transmitting the routing information to the display itself. The data has been transmitted, and now the display is being updated. And in a second, you'll see the luggage tag actually being displayed. Now, what you see over here is a fully compliant IATA luggage tag. I have barcodes for scanning. I have a tracking number. I have the routing information. This identifies as my connection in Chicago as being a short connection, so the luggage handlers need to pay attention for that. And it also can identify me as a premium customer, and the green bars mean that I started my trip in Europe.
I love this. This is the last bit that has not gone digital in my travels, because my boarding pass is on my phone. My security pass is on my phone, but I still have to go to the desk and get that paper tag wrapped around my handle. And if it gets ripped off, well, then I wait for my bag for the next 3 weeks. Tell me, when can we expect airlines to start rolling this out? When can I actually buy a bag like this and make it my primary mode of transfer?
Rimowa is now actually trialing this with Lufthansa, with some of their premium customers, and we expect also an announcement with a large American carrier and a large Asian carrier within the next couple of months.
Fantastic. Giovanni, now I know we can't talk about pricing because these are partners. These are your partners. You're just showing off the tech. But if they want to find out more about where they can see e-ink and all its applications, where can they go online?
The best place to start from is www.eink.com. And from there, you'll find all our partners and all our customers.
Thank you very much for speaking with us. E-ink, well, now the airlines are going to have to find another reason to lose your bag. Well, Dickie D, we've seen a little bit of everything today. I saw a fuel cell quadcopter.
Okay. I saw a doggy that can follow a kid around, but it's a robotic dog.
I saw a super advanced 3D printer that can do copper, wood, basically plastic, everything.
I saw a game console your dog can play.
I've seen technology here that, it's nice to get your hands on it. It's one thing to see a demonstration. It's one thing to see it underneath a display case. It's another thing to actually hold it and see how it works in the real world.
No, absolutely. And it's great fun to see people's reaction to it. You know, if you see a booth with a lot of people around it, you go, wait a minute, let's look at this, because this has gathered a lot of interest. And if you see a poor guy sitting in a corner, I mean, sometimes I'll walk over because I feel bad for him, but I figure it's not attracting much attention.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I love about ShowStoppers, because tomorrow we're back to the grind, we're back on the show floor, and we literally have to walk miles and miles and miles to get all of our appointments. This put a whole bunch of tech, very interesting stuff, under one roof, and I got to say, it's probably one of my favorite events.
Well, also he's very shy, but also Padre and I are appearing later tonight at the hotel. We do an hour-and-a-half strip show. It's not that strippy with Padre. I go all the way.
I take off the collar.
He takes off the collar. The hooting and hollering is unbelievable. Anyway, it's great fun.
It's been a pleasure, Dickie D. It's always fun to work with you. Every year at CES, I get some FaceTime with the man himself, and I wish we could do this every single day.
Oh, not every single day.
Well, every other day.
Every
week. Once a month. 3 times a year.
Yeah, I think this is plenty a year, once a year.
Until next time, I'm Father Robert Ballecer.
And I'm Dick Debartolo, Man's Menace Writer, and the Gizwiz.
And we are saying goodbye from ShowStoppers 2016.